Everyone, this will be our final interview session of the morning. We're joined by the Missouri State Bears, Alston Mason, Chance Moore, and head coach Dana Ford. Again, you've heard the drill before. We'll start with an opening statement by Coach Ford. Then we'll use a handheld microphone to ask questions, not only here in the room, but for benefit for our friends on Zoom. Dana, if you would, sir, please make an opening statement.
Thanks, Jack. Great to see everyone. Exciting times. The season's right around the corner, and like most, we are looking forward to it. We have had a really good summer, good fall, and excited about the core that we have coming back, as well as some of the new pieces that we're adding. Matthew Lee has returned from his knee injury, and our young guys, our new guys, will be guys that can help us. So excited about our non-conference schedule. We got a couple quad one opportunities, as well as an MTE against teams that we feel like will be hunting for at-large bids as well. So other than that, you guys go ahead.
We'll start here in St. Louis with Steve Porter.
Coach, what are your expectations for Donovan Clay this year?
Well, we expect Donovan to be one of the best players in this league. He's a complete player. I feel like he's the best defensive player in the league. He can defend 1 through 5. He's a guy that can play 1 through 5 on both sides of the floor, capable of averaging 15, 8, 5. Just a guy that can really do a little bit of everything. And so, we expect him to lead with his effort, with his play on the floor, and ultimately be an all-conference player.
Next one's up here in front. Wyatt.
Dana, just how is Matthew Lee, and how does he look right now as far as the progress from the ACL tear?
He's in good shape. He's been cleared to play. He practices 2-3 times a week, does most of the drill work, some live work, just trying to navigate the rest of his body to adjust to the knee. So, but he's probably ahead of schedule a little bit.
And I mean, that's basically a newcomer for the team as far as being able to play him in games and everything. And you have a lot of those guys returning for you have the core returning. Just, do you have a better idea? Do you look like who's going to be playing and everything this year? Just when you had to spend some time figuring that out last year.
Yeah, I mean, we clearly know who we're playing and who our rotation guys are going to be and what people's roles are, and we've added 4 new guys. We'll plug them in accordingly, but the core of our team is back, and Matthew's definitely a big part of that.
We've talked about Jonathan Mogbo departing and the defense that kind of departs with him. Why is that not going to be as big of a deal as it might look to some of us kind of on the outside?
Well, defense is a total team effort, and we may not be able to cover certain things a certain way because of his versatility, but there's still a million other ways to get the same goal. So we'll focus more on what this group is good at defensively as opposed to last year, what that group would be good at.
Coach Ford, it's extremely rare for teams at this level to have a returning core as big as you guys do. How excited are you that you have arguably your top 3 players returning from last year?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. First of all, it's a testament to them because they have options, but with the help of our administration and some very loyal supporters, we've been able to put together things where our players want to be at Missouri State. And, we have great facilities. We take care of them as well as most. And I think they like each other, which is really important. And it's been a focal point of ours to keep our core intact as opposed to return as many as you can. We rather say keep our core intact. And we've been able to do that. And not only that, but we like what we added because we feel like it was areas that we needed, in which the core probably didn't give us, from the beginning of the year. But I'm glad you recognize that core coming back, and it's a testament to the guys.
Our next question will come from Zoom.
Good morning, Coach. John Titel from hoopshd.com. I don't usually ask about free throw shooting in these things, but since you were fourth best in the nation 2 years ago and fourth worst in the nation last year, is there any secret way to fix it in terms of, do you just tell the guys to get in the gym, or is there more to it to practice? And how big a concern is it for you going forward?
Well, I'm sure these two can tell you that we've been shooting a lot of free throws. Everything that we do starts with 15 minutes of free throws, and it's a major concern because we feel like our favorite shots are layup, a free throw, or rhythm three, but by the right guy. And so we have definitely emphasized free throw shooting, and we have shot literally thousands, wouldn't you guys say? I mean, and it'll be something that we do every day. We'll start with 15 to 20 minutes of team free throws, and we chart every single one, and we know what they have all shot since our last game in this building, to be honest. So it is a concern in regards to, you can't simulate the pressure of the game, but when they go to the line, that they won't lack the confidence because they know they've worked at it. So I feel like they'll be more comfortable.
In the front.
For the guys, you have the majority, you have the core group coming back. Just how much have you noticed from the offseason that helped, and how far you guys are along compared to maybe you were a year ago, maybe compared to during the season a bit?
We'll start with Alston, and then we'll go to Chance.
Like Coach said, I think we all like each other, which is very important. And understanding our roles, understanding what we can bring to the game has really helped us and made it easier for us to just play together and have that chemistry together on the court.
With our main core coming back, just adding just a couple guys to the group, I can really feel like our team is really gelling this offseason. I can tell we all like each other on and off the court, and it's going to show when we play together. I'm expecting a great season for us.
Coach, where are you noticing that difference to where they know how to play with each other now compared to maybe a year ago?
I mean, I think, just their approach to practice, number one, it's more of a how do we get better as opposed to how do I prove that I can play, or, how do I prove I want this position or I want to take that shot. It's more so of how do we get better as a group. You can see it when they play amongst each other. It helps having Matthew, a guy that can really create not only for himself but for others. It allows for Austin to play his natural position, which helps us tremendously. It allows for Donnie to then go up against even bigger players where he can now have an advantage. The intensity of our drills, the expectations of what we do on the court, off the court, so we don't have any distractions. I mean, there's just a laundry list of things that I've been able to notice.
And you brought these two with you. These are young guys last year getting their first taste of real Division I experience as core players. Just where do you expect the growth of Alston and Chance? And there's a few other young guys who got that experience last year as well.
Well, I mean, I think, number one, the level of toughness and aggressiveness and assertiveness should definitely take a step. That's the only thing I think would hold these two guys back, is if they held themselves back. Not having to really look over their shoulder this year will help. Them having more of a voice in what we do and how we do it, that's going to help. But I just think just the maturity, just another year under their belt. last year was their first year playing. So I consider these guys to be sophomores, and you know, they didn't have an opportunity to play their true freshman year, but last year was the first time they played extended minutes. And even last year, Austin played half the year, and Chance averaged, you know, less than half the game. But that'll be different this year, and I think everyone will see how much better these two have gotten.
Dana, Kevin Lehman with Valley TV. Last year, went to the first season of 20-game league schedule, addition of Murray and Belmont teams you were familiar with from your days at Tennessee State and UIC. What are the challenges those new programs brought, and also the 20-game league schedule?
Well, first, it's great to see you. You look really good. The challenge is, you know, for starters like Belmont, they play such a different style than most offensively in our league. So from a preparation standpoint, you really have to tweak some of the things that you probably have worked on for the majority of the year. Then you look at Murray State, a place with great tradition. It's hard to win there. I think they proved that in their first year in our league. I'm not sure, outside of Drake, if anyone beat them at their place. And then obviously UIC, a program that's got to find their footing in our league. It was a big jump for them, not necessarily as big of a jump for the other two because they're such supported schools from a resource standpoint, Murray State and Belmont. So they all present different challenges. And then the 20 games, it's different because you have to play a couple in your non-league, which takes away from some opportunities that you get some games, maybe against some quality teams. But then, you know, you may get caught. Like last year, we were still finding ourselves. We had to play Bradley, who was a really good team. And so I guess who you play early could count or affect that. But at the end of the day, great programs with really good coaches and fantastic players. So it just gives us more parity, to be honest.
Questions? Okay. Do you have any on Zoom? We have 4 minutes left in this interview session. Wyatt, sir.
Coach, what's your plan for that? You have one more scholarship, correct? Just one vacant right now. Is there a plan for that? Is there a chance for mid-season ad? Just what do you look at that scholarship like?
Right now, we just got it open. Could potentially add someone at mid-year if that player becomes available. But as of today, we've just left it open. You know, we had a player leave in the middle of the summer, and we felt like he was going to be a rotation guy, but it's allowed for us to invest a little more time, energy, effort into the development of Tyler and Davion. So currently, we're just going to leave it open.
And Nick Kramer is one I haven't heard a lot about during the offseason. Is that one that seems like a really good three-pointer in high school, three-point shooter in high school? Just what's he look like, project like right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have a chance to help us. He has been out all of summer and fall recovering from a injury. He will start physical therapy. He started physical therapy yesterday. He'll start practicing maybe the second week of November, and then hopefully be available closer to December. So, but yeah, he's going to give us outside shooting, toughness, leadership, and he'll definitely have an opportunity to play as well.
Is that the only injury?
That's a real injury. I mean, we have other guys that are nicked, but he's the only guy that is out. You know.
And for the guys, just some of these new people coming in, who's really stood out to you, just kind of been like, wow, when you're going up against them in practice?
I do like Tyler Bay's game. I like Davion's game. I think they bring a new source of energy for our team that I think we need, and they bring some type of value that I think that from our rotation standpoint that is going to be important down the stretch.
From what I've seen, I love Davion's. He has a great intensity in practice, especially on the defensive end. We definitely needed that. And with Tyler Bay, I like his game. He's a nice outside stroke, great length, and I think he has some really good tools to be a good player in this conference.
Thank you, Bears. That concludes the Missouri State interview session. For our friends on Zoom, we will be taking a break now. We will resume at about 1:28 Eastern with the Drake Bulldogs.